one for Suckup. He was good for 44. This is going to be a 38-yarder out of the rookie Jake Camarda's hole. Pushed by Dallas, but Suckup 2 for 2 on these first two drives. 66 seconds left in the first. 6 points to Tampa Bay.
I'll be right back. little choked up talking about it.
He was emotional. You have done 40 Brady games, so all the production meetings. I've done a bunch over the years. When we talked to him last night, when he started talking about being away from football, he went through all the great quarterbacks he's gone up against, all the great defensive players, all the great receivers he had. And he's getting emotional thinking about the window of the past and where he's going. There's another great one he's got now. Julio Jones takes the end around and picks up the first down at the 48-yard line of the Cowboys. But Brady did make it really clear. I am back, and I cannot wait to play with this group, especially the receivers.
Especially this guy right here. Jones went to practice the other day, and both of us kind of looked at each other and we were like, wait, that's Julio Jones. That really looks like Julio Jones again. He did not look like himself the last couple of years.
All-time leading receiver in Atlanta Falcons history.
Julio Jones ain't the same without
First down for the 47. They've been on the ground this drive with Fournette. Pounds it forward. Pickup of 3 for Leonard.
Bucks moving though.
9 times already in this first half. And Chris, that's one of the things that was talked about. Of course, we have Brady and all these wide receivers, but this Buccaneers team wants to be a better running team this year.
Yeah, no question about it. You want to take a little bit of the pressure off of that guy, but at the end of it, it's going to come down to number 12. Come on.
So I shouldn't have bought all that stuff, huh? Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Number 12 is old.
Second 7, Cowboys bring some heat. Brady complete to Julio Jones. Physical, powerful receiver.
He carrying them.
A few finish like Julio. First down to the Bucks at the Dallas 32.
Cowboys changing up a little bit here. They're going to use Micah Parsons now as part of that 5-man line and just get him one-on-one. I'm not sure I would choose that guy when he lined up against Tristan Wirfs. But they're going to try to apply a little pressure, but nobody knows better than Tom Brady how to play that. That's get the ball out of your hand quickly and neutralize somebody like Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Second-year man out of UCLA.
Everybody in the stream, make sure you like the stream, please. If you're a Cowboys fan, like the stream. If you're a Bucks fan, still like the stream.
They drafted. They've really built through the draft quite well.
Score is 6-3
I really
right
like
now.
to watch them play. They are an aggressive bunch. They hustle. Sometimes they'll run themselves out of a play and give up a big run. Their goal is to do exactly what they
Tell me how you do that.
Make it second and
Tell me
long,
right now.
and now he gets it right.
And Brady swings it out to Fournette. The open field, Trayvon Diggs went down to try to take him low, and Fournette just scooted past him to the 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
It's interesting talking to Micah Parsons. You know, we all think, man, it's amazing. This guy went from stand-up linebacker to outside edge rusher, and he straightened us up pretty quickly. He's like, hey, in high school, I started out as an edge rusher. They moved me to linebacker, so I'm just going back to where I started.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Unanimous Defensive Rookie of the Year last year out of Penn State. Second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting as well. Third and 2, Cowboys have come up with a few stops. Fournette on the edge. Great block from Smith. Vander Esch is waiting, but too late. First down for the Buccaneers. Donovan Smith took care of that edge. The Bucs are in the red zone.
Yeah, this pin and pull stuff really works. You bring these receivers down, something like the Rams, and pull out around, you end up with one of your offensive linemen outside blocking a quarterback, and it's just not fair. If you're willing to take the chance on that little flip 90 play, sometimes it can pay off big.
Buccaneers have it at the 13-yard line. Evans and Godwin to the bottom of the screen. And now they run for Rashaad White. His first carry, and he has to get back to the line of scrimmage. Bohanna among those in there. So they run it. Now they throw it in the red zone. Usually things work out pretty well for Tom. Over the years, his red zone numbers are great. Since 2020.
Oh, no.
flag on that play.
Micah Parsons is going to be out of his mind. He switches sides and he's going to say, how did I miss Tom Brady, this 45-year-old guy? Right around, I got him. But Tom Brady, the difference in Tom Brady and so many quarterbacks, he doesn't have speed, but he is brilliant inside that pocket with the way that he moves around and manipulates the defense.
Will Jones be the bottom of the screen. And got with the top. 35, Brady, Parsons brings it down.
Yeah. It's a whole set. Brady's gonna be mad as hell at that O-line.
13-6 last year gets one there, and a Buccaneer is injured on that play. It's Donovan Smith, the left tackle.
Yeah, you're gonna act injured because Brady's gonna tear his ass alive. You better act hurt. Brady, he coming for your ass.
That's five. Rookie of the year right there.
What are you doing?
Three multi-sack games last year at age 23. Only in year two, that guy's become the defensive leader of this Dallas team. Big play there.
Well, I love to see you get here. How long is it gonna take you to get here? I'll see you when you get here. My bad, chat.
Perfect execution of everything. Except
This Cowboys defense has stop Tampa a couple.
I'm finna add a sound back on for y'all. Fucking stupid thing. Excuse me.
Their season from the 25, and Edwards-Helaire is the running back.
Here's my squad. COWBOYS. Let's get the sound back.
Their season from the 25, and Edwards-Helaire is the running back.
And that is some play, and I am just enjoying watching Julio Jones play again. This is Julio Jones again. I can remember looking for that back in the days, right? LSU and some of those big runs that he had. I thought he was the greatest running back I ever saw when I was watching him in college.
Didn't you go see him in a bowl game when LSU played Notre Dame? And you were just like wowed by that, right?
It was pretty amazing.
Just like Zeke, he's the 4th overall pick in the draft. They were the number 4 guy back-to-back years.
Keep our eyes now on Josh Wells, and now he's holding up over there at that left tackle position.
It's Donovan front's been stout. And we got another third down coming up here.
Well, what you see that time is these guys never stay in the same position when you watch them. They just fly around every stunt, every possibility. It's really hard to figure out where they're going to be. And you're going to see more of it right here.
Also, there is receiving course Russell Gage is at the top of the screen. Here comes. Ready for the first down. Four for the touchdown. Parsons coming.
Woo!
6 Parsons.
Woo! Woo! Brady gonna be mad from the throw. Brady get his ass mocked.
Second team tackle. Let's put our best against him. And here we go. Parsons just right around no contest. And for Tom Brady, when you start getting that kind of pressure off the blind side, you are thinking about it, especially on the win day.
That's 2. Mike is eager. He's running. From 29. Suck up distance.
He got taken down. We'll be right back after this break.
right there. Make it here. And he dives down the football. He's going to take off on his front. You can see 4 foot of quarterback at Boston. But he get out and start running. But those kind of plays really break defenses.
Second before the 2-minute warning.
I tell you, it just screams how much Dak Prescott misses some of these outside threats, whether it was Amari Cooper, maybe in particular Michael Gallup, who's still here on the team. It's on top with the ACL. James Washington even is that sort of down the field threat. They just don't have anybody to back this defense on right now.
So last 2 games, Gallup, Washington, they hope they're coming. Week 4, maybe a little bit beyond that. Whatever right now. It's a tough start for the Cowboys. James Prescott back. It's nearly intercepted. Shaq Barrett took off at that as they brought some pressure. Forced it out of there, and now it's kicking away to Tampa Bay on the other side of the 2-minute warning. 56 on the clock here in Arlington.
We will be right back.
There we go. Back up in the game, and they're going to attack them. It's exactly what they did. Shaq Barrett got to go down on Matt Barniak at the guard position, and that was no match.
Be like that. Ain't coming. Put all these.
His last two drives against the 8 before was Michael Parsons and sacks on third down versus a couple years back. Now he's taking punches and hanging in there right now. First down gain about 4, and Godwin, who had not been hit before today, lips towards the sideline. Keep a close eye on that. Again, Godwin, which is 15 in the game against the Wolves.
Take a look.
Close enough to stop it looking at it. We are in the last 2 minutes, but looks like it did bounce. It starts with 34. First down there, 23-yard line.
Yeah, and right now the game plan is fairly obvious. You got Micah Parsons who's going to line up over there against Josh Wells and take his shots.
Had the ball in his hands, made a little bit of contact with the ground, but a big gain to Julio.
Watch this catch. Want to know why he's one of the greatest ever to it? That is fantastic.
29 to 30 seconds left. Brady's into the end zone. Shot. Going down the sideline.
One more time. Let's just watch. Oh, that is so hard to do and maintain possession when you hit the ground. So many of those balls pop out when they come underneath you and roll away.
Bro, he sound like he's sick.
That's greatness.
That boy's sick.
That play with Parsons, though. I mean, Leonard Fournette just knocked him in the air. Just knocked him to the ground, knocked him in the air.
Second attempt for Brady. Pressure off the edge there. Third and 10 coming up. Nothing third down. Bucks have not been good on third down in this first half.
It's just so many things, right? They Gronkowski all these years and what they've done the last couple of years. And they have to find that next down here. Will it be Cameron Brady? And they shoot the tight ends. And affect the defense.
This is now the veterans and athletes.
Touchdown.
Drive, the Cowboys come up with the third down stop, and it's another Ryan Suckup field goal attempt.
I always kind of laugh watching Trayvon Diggs in coverage because he's never playing behind anybody. Watch him. As soon as they make the break, he cuts on the good side. You want to know how you get 11 interceptions? That's how you do it.
That's a story. Tampa's had it. They've driven it.
Yeah,
They've slowed this game. Dallas' defense was really good last year. Gateways come in.
You know, they don't play a lot in preseason anymore, and I think it shows up on offenses around the league.
Come on, bro, play it. Oh, it's not letting me play it no more, bro. Shouldn't have been playing the game. It's not letting us do it no more, bro. Disconnect. That's why I can't show the game. YouTube is taking shit down, boy. YouTube is taking shit down. Look at this up. We took a short break.
Football is back, and it's time to celebrate. Up your game with an impressive new Samsung TV from Best Buy. It's been a long wait, and everyone is psyched to be back to cheering for their favorite teams and players. When it comes to fun and excitement, nothing can top the energy of NFL football. Catch it all with Best Buy, the official home entertainment retailer of the NFL.
They're putting together a place. There's only one place where heroes rule. It's about time you showed up. The bravest explorer. Hello there. And rebels rise.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists.
Disney Plus is back in action. Everyone calm down. The pros are here. Yes, with exciting new premieres, including Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder. Get the popcorn out. Get Disney Plus for only $1.99 for 1 month. Offer available until September 19th.
Wow. And all this music and stuff stopped playing. I put the game back on. But I just can't.
I'm telling y'all, it's not really Avalanche next street.
Hey, Scooch Cowboys. So covered here week one. Good to have Tony and Jason in the studio. Frustrated for Dak Prescott and that Dallas offense. Chris mentioned the lack of down the field, big play threats. Only one first down since that opening drive. Brady's frustration magnified by all the field goal attempts by Suckup. 2-3, just 14 seconds left. Buccaneers going to start in the second half, so we'll see what he can do on this return. I think one man missed and they got stuck by Keanu Neal. Veteran former Falcon back inside the 15-yard line.
Big Turpin's thinking this ain't the USFL, huh?
He's a hit harder.
Oh, he's been getting hammered out there. Dak Prescott so far in this one, 6 for 16 in the game, just 1 for 6 to CeeDee Lamb. So they really have to convince Tampa Bay that somebody can beat them in some one-on-one route running. And if anything, it looks like Tampa's getting more confident playing those one-on-one situations.
It's hard to find that guy right now on the Cowboys roster. Bucks get the ball to start the second half and check on Chris Godwin's health during the break as well. He went out that last drive. Buccaneers 12, Dallas 3, all field goals in the first half here at AT&T Stadium. It's time at halftime with Marie to tell you what's on tap.
All right, thanks, Mike. And yeah, Coach, we've had 5 field goals, no touchdowns so far in this first half.
Chris and Mike talked about nothing downfield for Dallas. Todd Bowles has gone against his nature and dialed down those blitzes. And Tampa has controlled this thing. Give Dallas credit. They played really good in situational defense down in the red zone on third down.
All right, that is going to be our week 1 Sunday night football, but we want to tell you about a great day we've already had. The good Patrick Mahomes and the new look Chiefs offense.
Let's go.
Not so good. Aaron Rodgers finding chemistry with his wideouts, the Packers, and the just freaking fun. Justin Fields and the Bears rolling out in the rain, slipping and sliding past the 49ers. That's all coming next.
Want to stay focused on the action? Just tell Siri.
Take a quick break.
That was in Cincy, Coach Dungy.
Joe Burrow struggled early, but got him back in position. Thought this was going to be the game winner. No time left. Oh, you got this big extra point, but your snapper's hurt.
They're without their starting long snapper. It's blocked, and so that means in overtime, you give Chris Boswell the chance to get the game winner.
And he did it. Had one chance earlier, didn't do it. Hit it off the car, but here he wins it for the Steelers. Big win on the road.
Joe's going to leave the just celebrate here. Okay, let's go to Cleveland taking on Carolina. Baker Mayfield against his old squad, Jason.
Baker Mayfield had a good start today in Carolina. Showed that boxing competitiveness he plays with. He brought him back.
He said he's been off the leash, but Baker Mayfield ultimately comes back and loses to the ground round.
Woo.
Speaking of off the leash, Patrick Mahomes is just never on the leash.
He's never on the
Tyreek
leash.
Hill,
Never.
no problem. Next week in Sunday Night Football, but let's talk more about Justin Fields and what he's going to be able to do late in this game to seal it for the Bears.
And no points till 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. He scrambles left, puts his foot in the ground, and throws it back to Pettis. That's the play that got them started. Their defense played well all along. He made some big plays with his feet at the end of the game.
And for the Packers, Jason, we're not used to seeing this. Aaron Rodgers just didn't look in sync with any of his receivers today. We wondered how much the loss of Devontae Adams would hurt them. Well, it looked like it hurt them today. Just saw this over and over, just off-target throws, maybe off-target routes, Aaron shaking his head, and then the protection. We knew this was going to be a problem. Linemen hurt. They were chasing them all around today. Bears will look at this tape, Matt Eberflus, and say, hey, we've got to get after him. But it just no production from the wide receivers today.
Hey, Coach, they got shellacked in week 1 last year.
Okay.
Shellacked against New Orleans. They came back. I'm betting on that guy. He knows how to do it.
All right, so maybe there'll be some chemistry building exercises this week, so week 2 can look a little bit better. Coming up, what a day for the new head coaches. But first, Toyota reminds us that the Tundra is the full-size pickup that was born for bringing it.
Winfield. Brady deep shot downfield for Julio Jones.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Quarter three. AT&T Stadium in between Dallas and Fort Worth here in Arlington. The buzz of this 12-3 Buccaneers lead on opening night. These are the two highest scoring teams in the league last year. No touchdowns in the first half. In part because Micah Parsons was terrific third down pass rushing. A couple of sacks, first defensive rookie of the year. To do that in the next season is Darren Donald. And Dak just 6 of 16, second lowest completion percentage in a first half. Cowboys only have 5 first downs and 94 yards. Bucks get the ball. Everybody's settling in here at AT&T for the third quarter. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark. You know, Chris, I never realized how many people care about you. My phone is blowing up. Is Chris okay? Because people are hearing your voice. If you weren't with us at the top.
Just the next question, can you drag him out of there?
No, it's not. Chris just lost his voice. He's feeling fine, but he appreciates your concern. Can I speak for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. All right, let's see what happens here to start the third. As Maher kicks it, it's a touchback, and we go down to Melissa Stark.
So, Mike, the Buccaneers get the ball to start the second half, but they will be without their Pro Bowl wide receiver, Chris Godwin. He was questionable coming into this game because he tore that ACL and MCL in his right knee in Week 15 last year, but he is out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Melissa, the early word is a hamstring injury on Godwin. There's the play that he perhaps heard it. You don't know if he initially heard it earlier on, but it was after that play he came to the sideline right away. So no Godwin for the second. Former Colt center field runs across to force a Buccaneer punt.
A little out and up on the outside here. They're going to try and make him believe that's what everybody's going to do to Trayvon Diggs this year. But look at the makeup speed and look at the help from his partner, Malik Hooker. 3 very good safeties all playing here for the Dallas Cowboys. Donovan Wilson, Jaron Kearse, and Malik Hooker.
Bucks in the 4th round of the draft took Jake Camarda, the punter from the national champions Georgia. He has a very live leg. He's a really good athlete. His first NFL punt here. Almost got to him as he got it away and it hit the scoreboard. So that has happened before in Dallas, and there is a rule for that as it hit the board. If you remember back in the playoffs last year, Brian Anger, his punt hit the video board. Anger, the veteran punter of the Cowboys, said, I can hit it on demand. We've got Terry McCauley, our rules expert, with us. Terry, there are very few grounds rules specific to a stadium. There is one here in Dallas.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. They're just going to reset and replay. Reset the clock and reset the down and as if it never happened.
It will be treated as a inadvertent whistle. We will replay 4th down.
Well, I mentioned Camarda has the big legs. So here's his first punt, and there it is hitting the bottom of the massive board here at AT&T Stadium. That thing looked like it's still on the way up, too.
It hit it
on the
hard.
rise.
I want to see if he can do it again. Can you imagine how many times the punters for the opposing team come in here and go,
First thing they do.
Yeah, I got to see if I can hit it.
Well, there's a famous story of the Raiders back in the day when Sebastian Janikowski was a rookie. He and Shane Leckler went to Denver for the first time. They started trying to kick balls out of the stadium because all they heard was how the air mile high the ball carries. Well, for the second time, because this is like the old school do-over, Camarda tries and he gets hit and roughed as he tried to punt that. The Cowboys almost got to it. Turpin at the 25. Is at the 30. They came after the rookie and they got him. Terrell Basham.
I don't think this is roughing, so this is one of those times you can come after the punter because I don't think, Terry, it's not an automatic, is it?
It's not. This should just be running, Chris. He doesn't hit the plant foot with force. He just runs into him. This should be a 5-yard penalty.
And Terry, that's the differentiating point?
Yes. Yeah. It's forcible contact to the plant leg. It's always going to be 15. If he absolutely blows him up, punishes him, it's also going to be 15. This is just 5. As you can see, Ron Torbert signaling, it's just a 5-yard penalty.
Todd Bowles is trying to say, well, what's your definition of absolutely blows him up? Because he got him pretty good there.
It's not that, Mike. He just knocked him down. Trust me. This is 5.
That sounds like something Terry has said to a head coach before. Hey, it's not that.
You know, it does seem strategic, though, right? I mean, if you can teach your guys to run into on a 4th down and long.
Running into the kicker, defense number 26. 5-yard penalty. We will replay 4th down.
So they could add it on to the end of the punt, too.
No, they could not.
No,
This is a previous spot. Can't add it on.
So are we going to get Jake Camarda's first NFL punt for the 3rd time? We are. Punting unit coming back on the field here. And Mike McCarthy just asked the same question, Chris, that you asked. You know, one thing with Camarda, they have been working on his stride and getting him to get the ball off quicker. And you can tell that Bones Fossil, the special teams coach, John Fossil of the Dallas Cowboys, in his study of the kicker, knew just that. And his guys have come after him twice.
And may come a 3rd time.
Because it's only 4th and 8?
Yeah.
You got 5 more to play with? Is that what you're telling me?
That's just doing the math here. They look like they're going to come after him again.
One off the scoreboard. One the Cowboys bounced off of him. Here's the 3rd. And that one misses the scoreboard. Turpin's going to let it go. And after all that, a touchdown. And been waiting all half of your NFL debut? It happened in style for Camarda.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could go to Grandma's house after this.
Can we keep it, please?
No. Hi. Oh, hey, what you got there? All right, go get it. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Who's your buddy? I'm your buddy. Ready? Go.
Dibs, I got it. So you.
When it comes to lasting relationships, we're thinking of every mile. The new Hyundai Tucson. It's your journey.
I joined everyone to be frugal because I'm famous, but not famous. You know, I'm more like that guy from that thing, famous. So saving money is pretty clutch for me. Hey, sweetie, I'm not seeing the life jackets.
Well, you said you packed them.
No, you packed them.
No, you packed them. You said I won't forget to pack the life jackets.
the life jacket. I'm sorry, I have to challenge that.
Well, you do have one left, so.
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge, protecting your home and auto with Progressive.
You know, my favorite part was when you said, obviously, I won't forget to bring the life jackets.
Want a worry-free way to kill bugs? Zevo traps use light, not odors or chemical insecticides, to attract and trap flying insects. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zevo. People-friendly, bug-deadly. So Todd Bowles replaces Bruce Arians. They know each other. Remember Arians, of course, Coach Bowles, who went on to the NFL, won a ring as DB with Washington. In the coaching part of his life, ended up meeting up with Arians as the defensive coordinator in the desert with the Cardinals, then got the Jets head coaching job, had that for 4 years, a lot of lessons learned. And then the defensive coordinator here in Tampa for the Super Bowl victory. Arians steps down, now a senior advisor, and he's been around throughout. And Todd Bowles continues the relationship with a different connection this time. That's the Buccaneers defense. And tries to tackle Ezekiel Elliott, a good run of 6 yards on first down for the Cowboys. Chris, it was interesting last night with Bowles. We talked to him about the lessons learned in New York, and he feels those lessons learned are helping him enjoy the process more right now.
What do you say about the good media people in New York?
It's very competitive. There's a lot of competition amongst the media folks with 9 teams. So for him, he got to learn about every question that was going to come his way. It's a little bit easier with the Tampa media. Elliott bounces off a tackle. First down for Zeke to the 33-yard line. First down's been hard to come by for the Cowboys. It's their 6th of the game.
One of the hardest things in the world is a center to get out in front and pull. But one of the things that's really impressed me here tonight has been the running of Ezekiel Elliott. Everybody's been telling me he looks great. He looks different. He looks like he's really engaged. And I would have to agree with it. And I think that it may well be the best answer for the Dallas Cowboys right now.
The 33-yard line. Prescott on the move. We'll get it to Pollard. And Pollard's going to go out of bounds. Gain of 5 yards. Trying to do something with this offense against Todd Bowles' defense, Melissa.
Well, going back to Bruce Arians, he told me he's really enjoying his new role from a work standpoint. He weighs in with advice for Todd Bowles if he feels he needs to. But for the most part, he just lets Todd be Todd. He said Todd's like a son to him, and he's just trying to stay out of the way. But from a lifestyle standpoint, he said it really suits him. He plays golf 2 to 3 times a week and will continue to do so during the season. In fact, when we talked on the phone, he was supposed to be playing, but it was.
It's not the only thing that's going to stop Bruce. They've had such a great relationship over the years, and it continues here. Ineligible man downfield on the Cowboys. Wipe away that Pollard gain. It's 1st and 15. Scott adjusting the play. Elliott going to slide inside. Get the penalty yardage back. Gain of 5. 2nd and 10. So, Chris, you look down here. Here we are, 5 minutes into the third or thereabouts. Dak Prescott's only completed 6 passes.
Yeah, and really it's been when he's been under pressure that's caused the most problems. He is the fourth best rated quarterback under pressure in that game in the first half. 2 for 8, a quarterback rating just 1. So they're giving you some.
Be right back, chat. And we back.
His left tackle, Donovan Smith, injured in the second quarter, went to the locker room for x-rays, ruled out because of his right elbow. Out for the rest of the game. Keep in mind, this is a guy who gave up only one sack all of last season.
And he has been in the lineup all the time. He's only missed 2 career starts. In his place, the veteran Josh Wells. Wells did start the playoff game against the Rams, but that's a big blow. Fournette continues to run effectively. That's 9 yards on first down for Fournette.
The Cowboys had this issue a season ago as well, giving up runs, power runs, and Leonard Fournette now is starting to make them mad, I think. But it has been one of those, this is a smaller defensive line. They play for speed, they play for movement, but sometimes if you can get them in the old bone runs, as they talk about, you can get a big back in the game and create some real running lanes.
Look at that, 92 yards on the ground. He batted big, opening Fournette into the secondary. 42-yard line.
Look,
He's
stop.
17 yards. Give that man another yard.
Okay, nobody see.
Let's just take a look at it here. They're just plowing their way right through here. This is as simple as football can get. Nice job in there by Robert Haynes.
Lucky these guys have Lindsay and Gedeke, the rookie center inside as well. They were young in there. Brady felt pretty good about what those guys have shown. Play action. It's Brady on the move, launching across the field. Julio Jones.
Quiet. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. You Cowboy fans can chill.
On the other end, Matt Ryan passes him.
Where them Cowboy fans at? Take the check.
Give a little credit on the outside to Kate Otter, who basically saved Tom Brady's life on that when he bootlegs out there. And Micah Parsons was right in his face, and Julio almost came up with another one. Just enough to get Parsons off of him. He would have got this one.
There's the 4th-round draft pick. We got 2 rookie tight ends who are playing a bunch here tonight. Jalen Darden is coming. He's in the slot on 2nd and 10. Brady about to get hit. Got rid of it underneath to the 35-yard line.
Bro, the Bucks done had the ball for like 3 hours.
How many times have we seen running backs catch passes from Tom Brady? Think of James White, all his success.
How many times you see a back catch the ball from Patrick Mahomes? How many touchdowns do you see come from Patrick Mahomes?
In this area of the field, Dallas has come up with big plays. That's what's been so in this game. Brady throws, and it's run by Evans for the first down. Mike Evans in front of Anthony Brown, I should say. With the first down for the Buccaneers, and they keep the drive going inside 5 left in the 3rd.
That time they come with
Inside 5 left in the 3rd.
one-on-one against one of the best one-on-one route runners in all of football. It's like trying to get through the wall. You know, his body is so big, there's just nothing you can really do about it. Single coverage, bring the blitz, he's going right to Evans.
Brady 14. On the sideline, doesn't have his helmet. It's third and 4. Pressure picked up. There's Prescott goes off the hands of C.D. Lamb. And a complete throw to deep. Cowboys have snapped the last couple of drives. Back-to-back 3 and outs.
C.D. Lamb just simply has to make this play right here. Good job by Dak Prescott. They got the blitz coming after him. It was picked up nicely that time by Tony Pollard. Just have to make that game.
Against Tennessee, the last preseason game, 1 drop. Hangs here to Leonard Fournette, takes it out to the 45-yard line. And you've heard from Brady about a lot.
Stop playing with me. Literally a walking meal ticket. Start getting money like me. Feel different. When they asked about the plug, I bet they said, yeah, real. You signed up the way my neck, but I think my deal bigger. See. Hey, we're gonna be back for a short break. She goes still 12-3 in the third quarter.
Second and 70 as the pull off the spin, but completes it to Evans, who goes down to the 5-yard line to set up first and goal in the game of 17.
God. Go ahead and book it. 19 and 30.
When Allen motion came back, Leighton Van Resch went with him. He knew right now it's man-to-man coverage every time.
I'm changing the scoreboard right now.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you lick your lip.
Hey, he lied. He real about that shit. I lick my hand the same way. Touchdown.
Evans, did he catch it? Yes, sir. Touchdown.
Told you. Hey, your homeboy already changed his score too. Hey, niggas know what it is. Niggas know the truth.
Watch this catch just falling backwards, one-handed. But Mike, what happened was the Buccaneers were just watching the Cowboys defense, and so they had to.
Don't sleep too early though, bro. It's still it's still 3 minutes in the third quarter, bro. Don't talk too much.
So that's the all-time run sets up the pass.
That's it.
Game's first touchdown of the night, the 625th career touchdown pass.
All right, y'all. I'll tell you a little short break on you.
Pretty good. First couple of years together. Here's the beginning of year 3. 12-13 for 6 for Tampa.
He just said 12. What? What did he just say? The boy is drunk, right? That nigga just said 12-16 or something like that. It's 13-3. Hey, still coach doing the game, bro. Don't get me wrong, the Cowboys good. Hey, I'm about to change the show. Hold on.
touchdowns last year, the first from Brady for 2022. And it is 19-3. Tampa has scored 19
Watch
in a
Cowboys
row.
win.
And a touchback
All they gotta do is
on
go
that
for two each
kickoff.
time.
Sunday Night Football is
Tight
brought to you
end. They
by
gotta score twice.
Monday. It's your journey. And by Uber One.
They gotta score
Going to
twice
save on rides
and
and
get the
eats.
extra 2-point
Here they
conversion.
are, the Cowboy Super Bowl rings, 5 of them. There's 3 with Jerry Jones here with Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer, and there is Jerry Jones, the owner and the president and general manager. 26 years since that last Super Bowl ring, and the division won last year, and the playoff loss to San Francisco here.
You're talking about
Right
last
now,
year.
this
You're talking about this
offense
year.
is not of the caliber that they can get it done. A high throw for Noah Brown is incomplete. Dak Prescott
Come on, Cowboys.
struggled to find
Put
one
Turner in
receiver,
the
7
game,
of
bro.
18. And Mike McCarthy,
I
look,
ain't
he
doing
knows the
nothing,
pressure.
bro.
The very
Put
first
Turner in the
question he
game.
got in training camp this year was about the hot seat and
Put
job
Turner.
security. And he understands after Green Bay and the attention there, the different attention that comes with this job here in Dallas.
It's about players. They don't have players right now.
Really, dude.
Second and 10, Prescott hit from behind and thrown down. Anthony Nelson, fourth-year man out of Iowa, takes care of business.
3rd and 16.
Anthony Nelson going to come unblocked off the edge. 5 sacks a season ago. He finished 3rd on this team, but nobody home. Once you try to pump fake it when that guy's unprotected, it really is up to the quarterback to understand if that backside's protected or not. And if it's not, you have to get rid of it.
So we have Tyler Smith making his first start.
Yeah,
The
put
left
Turner
tackle
in
and Matt
the game.
Farniak to guard in there because of injury. Flag is down. Prescott takes the shot to the sideline. Dennis Houston with the hand fighting comes up incomplete.
Oh my God. That. Get your act right, bro. You got fucking 16, 17 minutes. Okay.
Number 98. 5-yard penalty. Like Chris, you said they don't have the players right now. The wide receiver injuries are just being magnified here. The guys who they hope to get back, right now they've got no threats on the outside other than CeeDee Lamb.
Well, and there was free agency that impacted it. Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson. And, then you've got the injury to Michael Gallup. So they knew they were short of receiver. They knew. And they went other directions.
3rd and 11, 5 of the pattern for Dak, and he throws complete to the 38-yard line. That's one of the reliable targets in Dalton Schultz. He's been getting a lot of attention tonight. First down for the Cowboys.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and Dalton Schultz is a really, really good zone route runner. Knows where the holes are in there. But right now, they've got interior guys. They have CD and they have Dalton Schultz inside. What they don't have are the threats outside.
Just the 8th completion from Prescott. He'll throw one more time to his tight end, and Schultz going to be blown dead right around the 43-yard line. Pick up of 5. Michael Gallup has been working off the ACL injury. It's a target for hopefully week 3 or 4 for him. James Washington, the free agent they signed from the Steelers. You mentioned him earlier. His foot injury has him out. Jalen Tolbert, who they took in the 3rd round, inactive tonight. Dennis Houston, the undrafted rookie, just played better. And he is up and active tonight. And once they get 5 forward, they go 5 backward. False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty.
Well, and part of these booths are coming from last year, too. This was the most penalized team. And so one of the things that Mike McCarthy insisted on doing was cleaning up that aspect of it. Yeah, there's some different people in here, but it's just not looking good.
No, doesn't. 7 a game is what they averaged last year. They double that in the playoff loss to the 49ers here. 2nd and 10, pressure picked up. Prescott over the middle, complete. Across midfield to the Tampa side for CeeDee Lamb. It's been hard to get him the ball. He's been targeted 7 times tonight.
Well, and he is one of the more exciting players in the NFL if you can get him the ball in space. So any way you can get his hands on the ball, he can easily make people miss in the open field.
Easy, hey, right back, man. Just Lamb's second catch of those 7 targets.
Oh my God.
Trent Shoyinka started moving, and the tight end moved with him.
Oh my God.
Steele.
I don't know what Red Batman was, but Dak seemed awfully impressive about whatever that play was going to be, and he was looking for a little play action off of it. But you're right, when Shoyinka gave it the flinch, that was all for Terrence Steele.
Final 20 seconds in this third quarter. Tony Pollard, good opening here for Pollard to that O-line. Couple of mistakes with movement, but they move the pile there to the 45-yard line. Now he's going to jump on the ball like they did at the end of the first. Didn't get a playoff then and will not get one off here. After 3 in Arlington, Buccaneers the only points of that quarter, up 19-3. Sunday Night Football continues after these messages.
We'll be back after this commercial.
On offense, but that's not slowing you down. What do you want to see offensively?
Well, we just want to make sure we keep running the football. You know, if we run the football, we take time off the clock. We got to keep playing on defense and keep them out of the end zone.
You're talking about defense. You're making it so tough on Dak and the Cowboys. What is working so well?
The guys are just following the game plan and they're playing tough, and we just got to keep it up one more quarter.
Thanks, Todd.
You got it.
Enjoyed being around him the last couple of days, don't you? It's the best. Yeah, right? Elizabeth, New Jersey, that toughness of Todd Bowles, he kind of brings it all the time in a very low-key, cool way. Players, he jokes around with us, and he gets on our case with a smile on his face. Cowboys trying to muster a drive here. At the 45, it is Tony Pollard with a good second effort for the try and Shoyinka tackle. Flag is down as he got past the first down marker. However, holding. Offense number 78. That is the hat trick from Terrence Steele here, who lost his hat on that play.
Steele over here right there. Hands up underneath the shoulder pads and clear view.
That is his fourth penalty on the night. 3 false starts in a hole.
The Cowboys really need to drive like what Tom Brady and the BUCS just put together. Run it, play action, force the defense to do something. That's what they can't do.
Prescott throws, Schultz with the catch, the 2-yard line. 5th round for Dalton Schultz. He's got more than any other Cowboy receiver. That is Jason Peters, still going, age 40. He was with the Bears last year. And once the injury happened with Tyron Smith, the Cowboys needed some experience. And that's really experience at age 40. But Chris, you watched him in his Bears tape from last year. You said he can still play.
He was good. And of course, he was great when he was with the Eagles. He had a few wars with the Dallas Cowboys. That was that double-A blitz look. Nope.
Inside give to Pollard. He's only going to get a yard there. So Peters is working out with the Cowboys. It would be a couple of weeks before he's ready to play, but an option if Dallas needs to get somebody else in there on that offensive front.
Got to go for it here. Wouldn't surprise at all if you end up seeing Dak with some kind of a read option or keeping the ball himself. They were crashing down a bit. Let's see what his reads take him to here.
4th and 2, CeeDee Lamb, the move man. Dak's throw is incomplete. White almost had the interception. Houston was the intended receiver. And on downs, Dallas gives it back to the Buccaneers.
That's first time.
To the Bucs side of midfield.
Come on, bro.
Couldn't convert 4th and 2.
You should have ran for that shit. All right, let me go ahead and put this on pause. I don't know.
That's powered by AWS and Mike Evans. Why not? Nobody has been better on these go or fade routes in the corner of the end zone than what Mike Evans is. And some of those one-handed catches are just magical. He has been the guy in the red zone for Tom Brady, especially now that no Gronkowski. I would expect it to be even more. But anytime Tom Brady has seen that man coverage tonight, right to Mike Evans.
I mean, football players are big, right? But they are a physically impressive team with Julio Jones and Mike Evans and Leonard Fournette. They bring the physicality, not just in height and weight, but also the way they play. And then Evans down there, that big body is so hard to get a handle on. Leonard Fournette over 100 yards tonight, gains 1 on that carry. In the first couple of minutes of this fourth quarter, just joining us, Cowboys scored in their opening drive a field goal, and it's been all Tampa since.
Dak Prescott over there, and you know as an offensive player, you know what's going on. I mean, they had the number 1 offense in all of football last year, right? I mean, Kellen Moore, he knows how to call plays. They know how to set this thing up. But there's only so much you can do. You have to be able to win one-on-one matchups in the same way we were just talking about with Mike Evans.
point now, Micah Parsons throwing to the opposite side. Ball is brought in just shy of midfield. Russell Gage gets his first one here with the BUCS, fifth year out of LSU. He was a free agent pickup after his first four with the Falcons.
And remember what happened a season ago to this Tampa Bay team. And one of the reasons that they didn't move on in the playoffs is they really sort of just ran out of receivers at the end of the season. So they loaded up. They get a Russell Gage. They get a Julio Jones. They get some guys that can help them. And I think these two young tight ends are helping them too.
Guys who they drafted. Kate O'Keefe. 3rd and 2. And Brady will throw for it. And he's intercepted.
Yes.
Donovan Wilson dropping back in the middle.
There you go, Cowboys.
He's taking that ball right to the
Cowboys get a pick.
Dallas's defense needed to make a play, and Brady tries to get it inside. And the former Aggie, Donovan Wilson, comes up with the INT.
Full fleet.
Donovan Wilson got him. And Dak do anything with it. And fires trying to go back shoulder intended for Dennis Houston. That's incomplete. Bring up 3rd down.
You got to hit this pass. You have to hit this pass. Your guys have picked up their best blitz, and now you've got the one-on-one on the outside. You have to be able to win this route, and they simply cannot hit it. Maybe it's not enough time on task with a guy like Dennis Houston. Maybe Carl Davis is just too good, but they're not making those plays when opportunities present themselves.
Lamb on the move. 3rd and 8. Prescott rolling, pumping, and now throws incomplete. Trying to use the pump to draw the defense, and they all came. So Noah Brown was open. And maybe it's that same thing that time on task deal. They just couldn't be on the same page.
Bro, I heard.
Just had a chance. I mean,
I've been watching this
did have a
game.
chance. Pump fakes it.
And I promise
He
you,
just throws it behind him. I mean, there was nobody there. He could have let it out in front of him. I don't know why he threw it behind him.
Prescott now 11 for 25 on the night.
11 for 25. His last 14 out of 17 passes been incomplete.
11 to go. They'll kick it away. Brian Anger put the nose down. It's fair caught by Darden. 37-yard kick, no return. No damage off the Brady interception for the Buccaneers.
Taking a break.
Justin Fields and the Bears off of their win over San Francisco in the rain at Soldier Field. Take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Remember the Sunday Night 7 every week, free to play on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Rodgers only 195 yards passing in the Packers' loss to Minnesota. Fournette, good first down run for Leonard, who has really dominated running to the left side here tonight.
Cowboys.
Jog off.
You just get these big guys getting out in front of that big guy carrying the football, and good things are happening. This is just mauling. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. They've attacked them up the gut. They've attacked them on the edge. And every time you try and add a body into the mix and try and help against the run, you're one-on-one against Mike Evans and you lose there.
Saw Fournette jogging off, Chris. Excuse me. It's a little
exhausted.
He might be. What's his most yards since he's joined the Buccaneers? 127 rushing yards.
120.
Fournette, Brady goes to the air, and that's Russell Gage with his second reception. We have the 33-yard line.
That was my short, by the way.
And I know they're not looking for another back right now with the way that Leonard Fournette's playing, but this Rashad White has definitely captured their attention some. And his playing time will grow as this season goes along.
That's mine.
Talking about Fournette's 127 yards, and that last carry to the left, 15 for 111. That's a good part of it without Donovan Smith, that starting left tackle who was injured. Josh Wells came in the second quarter. And Chris just talked about Rashad White, third-round pick out of Arizona State. He was the fourth running back taken in this year's draft.
Yeah, and one of the things that, of course, James White was the guy that, for Tom Brady all those years, the receiver coming out of the backfield. But imagine going from Leonard Fournette at 250 pounds to the kind of quickness and jump cuts that you just saw from Rashard White. I think that combination is going to do nothing but improve as they go along.
Keyshawn Vaughn was inactive tonight for the Buccaneers. Ronald Jones has moved on to Kansas City after his 4 years. Brady just winding the clock down here and ready to take a timeout. He's going to take that one, so he waited. 9:07 to go. So that offensive front for Tom Brady, it's been familiar in his first couple of years in Tampa. As a matter of fact, if you think of the five protecting the treasure, if you will, they had as many starts together as anyone in the NFL. But Marquette, Jensen, and Kappa, for different reasons, gone. Gedeke, the rookie, Hainsey, his first experience at Notre Dame, and Shaq
But the Cowboys, they always come back.
Fact, Chris, you go back to
They always come back and tie the game.
played more snaps with Brady
I think the Cowboys come back and tie the game.
Free agent from New England, have they done tonight?
I think they played really well. I do, and it wouldn't surprise me if this team turns into a little bit. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the back in the days with the Patriots. You know, they get all that play action, you get the guards pulling. And then all of a sudden, Tom's pulling the ball out of there and hitting some big plays. Now, it hasn't happened all night tonight, but this establishes you've got to come ready to stop the run against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going forward. And it's only going to help the passing game.
3rd and 1, and they will toss it. White to the edge. Micah Parsons chasing him down. He saw the speed and athleticism, but White had the angle and has the first down for the Buccaneers.
Tell you, Micah Parsons, I know he didn't quite get there, but he can just fly. He really can. Just a half a step behind at the snap was really all that kept him from getting there. There are so many guys playing this linebacker position now. Let's talk about Devin White for the Buccaneers as well. Both the same kind of player and just go sideline to sideline.
White again running to the right side. He's out of bounds at the sideline here at the 43-yard line.
Why are you out of bounds?
Nice first down pickup of 5 as White gets his first NFL action.
So let's talk about all these offensive linemen. And what does it do to these two guys? It does that, which is then when you used to see Gronk go across the field like that. Right? This is Tom Brady. I don't know whose offense it is. I don't know what name it is. But this is what Tom Brady lives for. The ability to run the football like this and then play action off of it.
It's the GOAT offense.
It's the GOAT offense.
Byron Leftwich is calling it, a guy who was the number 7 overall pick back in his day with Jacksonville. Into Jalen Dart's hands on the end around. Leighton Vander Esch is over there working across the field to make the tackle. Only a gain of a yard. And, you know, Leftwich is in control of this offense with Brady. And their partnership has worked out for the last couple of years. Of course, Bruce Arians is the head coach because of his offensive pedigree had such a factor. But now it's Byron Jones. Even Todd Bowles said, hey, the offense is fine. These guys are okay. So I don't have to worry about what's going on that side of the ball now.
Yeah, I was bringing up a couple of things. Hey, Tom does this or Tom does that. Because you've forgotten I play quarterback too. Like, I know exactly what he's doing out there. Yeah, he moves around. We talk about that all the time. It's got to be fun for 2 NFL quarterbacks to dream up an offense, right?
Two guys who went against each other in a playoff game. Brady hit as he threw to Brady. Incomplete. They brought the blitz. Donovan Wilson trying to get there and bash him. Terrell Basham stayed down here on the ground. He was shaking up, trying to get to Brady.
That's whoever was recording this stuff.
Pass was incomplete. We'll have fourth down. Training staff out to check out.
Oh, the Cowboys get the ball back. We'll be right back.
with the help of the athletic training staff. 3 people coming to Grady and bodies tangled up. Basham injured there. False start by the gunner of the Buccaneers, D. Delaney, 5-yard penalty. False start. Offense number 30, 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Yeah, the other negative part about this is it throws you back into that 4th and
You can come get him.
8, 9 area, and they're loaded up. That was as close as the game-changing plays they had. They almost blocked that first punt last time. There they go.
After Camarda, he gets picked up, doesn't hit the scoreboard. Fair catch a signal for and made by Cavante Turpin. 7 minutes left. Nice chance to
Take another break, I guess. Be right back.
For the Cowboys, starting with this one. Prescott throwing open to Noah Brown. He worked the sideline. One of the better pass plays of the night for the Cowboys. And Brown will bring it out to the 36-yard line. It's again at 23.
Yeah, that's one of the few times you'll see.
There's my
I
Cowboys.
think is playing a new position out here tonight. This slot position here. And I'm sorry, he's on the inside. And that's the drop back underneath that pass play right there. But in the past, it's been Sean Murphy Bunting playing in that slot. Tonight, it's been much more Antoine Winfield.
Shaq Barrett got Dak's hand on that one. Still completed it. Prescott, pressure around him. Coverage all over. Trying to get it to C.D. Lamb.
Coverage all over all night. It's really, I mean, that's part of the story. Leonard Fournette, this offensive line of the Bucs, and the coverage of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has been a great game plan. Todd Bowles was not going to allow Dallas to do what they did last year, which was run it, or if they came up in the box, then they would just throw quickly outside. He's not allowed them to do that here tonight.
6.5 to go. 4-man rush, and Prescott gets it complete. Brown in the middle of the field, right near midfield. Back-to-back first downs in the air on this drive to Noah Brown.
All right, you know I ain't smoking a minute.
Shaq Barrett, they getting close. They're running a lot of stunts right over Matt Barniak, who's coming in as a replacement for Connor McGovern.
Prescott trying to set up the screen. Elliott sniffed down by Levante David. The captain, former All-Pro, Pro Bowler, saw that coming, and Dak is coming over after getting that hand hit on that Shaq Barrett plays. Looking at that hand, Cooper Rush is coming for the
I was
Cowboys.
exaggerating.
Oh boy. Right way to get looked at. So often you see quarterbacks have a thumb or a hand hit a helmet. Snap back to Rush. The backup throws complete to Brown. Rush his 5th year out of Central Michigan. He was cut and re-signed. As now all concern in Cowboy land is that hand to Dax. That was the first hit with Barrett on the completion, and then another one on this drive. It's 2 separate ones looking very similar. 48 Rush fires, incomplete, trying to get it to C.D. Lamb.
It's one of the real dangers of playing the quarterback position. As a matter of fact, in training camp now, defensive linemen for almost every team are wearing those padded helmets. And a lot of that got started because they were so worried about Matthew Stafford, who got his hand hit in practice one day, put him on. And now every training camp you go to, everybody's wearing those padded helmets, more for concussion stuff. But it started really with protecting the thumb of Matthew Stafford.
4th and 6 for Rush, who got the start on Sunday Night Football in Minnesota last year.
Come on, Cowboys.
And although it's going to be a sack, it's going to be a flag.
Okay.
Won't be enough for the first down.
What? Shit.
And Dak running back for an X-ray. Are you going to imagine? As they go to check him out. You build up your season. You talk about your defense. You come off of a year.
Shit, I thought the Cowboys at least gonna score one more time. Shit, they don't need them but 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. That's it.
And now it's supposed to be a week of just scratching.
It's 4 minutes left.
Comes in here next Sunday.
You know, we talked about it in the open, though. This isn't the same offense that was the #1 offense a year ago. It's not.
No, it's not.
4th down now, and short and Rush throws complete. It's first down with Dalton Schultz.
All right, watch the Cowboys. Let's go now. I think the Cowboys gonna score.
The victory there.
You know what I'm saying? They got all 3 timeouts.
Amari Cooper with 51 seconds left.
They got all 3 timeouts. You feel me? So
he'd only thrown 3 passes in his career before that game. And the launch went here downfield, incomplete. Dennis Houston not on the same page. You know, the Cowboys didn't technically keep a backup quarterback. They had Rush on the practice squad, had to do one of those practice squad elevations that we got used to during COVID for the last couple of years. We just need Mike McCarthy after the conversation. 2 more of the athletic training staff. Jerry
it's
Jr.
not about
Jones
that.
family across the way from us.
I'm
Shaking their
embarrassed.
heads like a lot of Cowboy fans right now.
A lot of Cowboys
Can I
fans
please
thought
get
they
it
were
on?
loaded up on this roster. They made their run last year and got knocked out by San Francisco. They had to make financial moves this year.
Pass is complete. Sidney Fehoko, second-year man out of Stanford, gets his first career reception. Pac-12 performer for the Cardinal, Palo Alto.
I mean, it is a 2-score game, right?
Right.
I mean, it is. Just saying.
That's just what I've been telling you. Yeah, I think the game over. The game is not over yet.
Rush saw a bunch of time in the preseason.
Look at that.
He's Devin White. Weren't guys like that coming after you in the preseason? White with the sack.
There he is. Devin White just has the speed to make things happen so quickly. And there you see one of the reasons, and Mike, you hit on it earlier. Tony Pollard, for as tremendous as he's been as a runner, he is nowhere close to Ezekiel Elliott as a pass protector. And most quarterbacks would say, give me the pass protector.
Going for it again on 4th down for the 3rd time tonight.
First down.
Need 15, and Rush is going to fling it downfield. Fajoko's down there. Couldn't bring it in. Mike Edwards on the coverage. And it's going to be a long week in Cowboy land. Injuries, didn't play well. Rough start to the season for Dallas.
100 football obsessed best man. And I think you have in your
I'll be back
during
after
the
this
big
break.
game is to work
to the overtime loss with Pittsburgh.
Bro, you need to go see the
Dallas team
Chiefs.
trying to figure it out on the offensive side
Highlights
of the
from the
ball.
game.
3:14 left. Buccaneers on top. They've only scored one touchdown here. Rashad White remains the back. And he goes to the 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the Cowboys. Time for us to take a look at Tom Brady's dominance, brought to you by Subway. You can take the dominance in many ways to the GOAT, but
Man, they barely put 20 points on the board. They ain't dominating nothing.
haven't gotten a win against Brady. New England, you remember that one last year on Sunday night. Tampa. Then there's the Vikings and the Cowboys. Looks like that Dallas one's going to go to 0-7. You get a couple with Atlanta in the division.
Wouldn't you like to just hang out in the room with those guys that are thinking those things up?
You like those?
No,
don't you?
I love that. I love it. I like those guys are sick. That's tremendous. I love that.
We hung out with this guy, Brady, last night. Talked to him. Hang out. We talked to him in our production
He
meeting.
had to come in. So he didn't choose to hang out with us.
But he enjoyed it. And where do we start the conversation? He's going to be just like you in a year or two. Who knows when he's going to jump into the TV booth?
Yeah, and it was interesting. I don't think he's exactly sure what he's going to do next year. Playing is a possibility. Broadcasting or even a year off is a possibility. So he's contemplating a lot right now.
Gain of one there for White. He said he's genuinely excited about the opportunity after retirement going into the booth on Fox. He said it'll keep him involved every day. It's not the same grind as playing. I looked over at you when he said that.
Yeah.
Not physically now. It's not.
No, it's not. Tears your voice up after a while, but he'll be great though. Can you imagine Tom Brady and hearing what he's thinking as opposed to what the quarterback on the field is actually thinking? Like he'll be able to take you to the line of scrimmage and go, "Oh, I see that." And everybody always wanted to be inside the brain, right? Even defensive coordinators. What's he thinking? What are you going to do? Now we're going to find out.
I love what he said. It requires a lot of hard work, but it's never been a problem with him. The work. He loves the work part. 3:04 to go. 3rd and 4. Here's Perriman. He's in. And he's done. Back at the 41-yard line. That play will lose 7. And a final timeout taken here by Mike McCarthy in Dallas.
One of the amazing things about Tom Brady, though,
If they don't score, bro,
watch this, Mike.
the Cowboys ain't going to playoffs.
Like it did in 2005.
The Tampa Bay probably don't put their second stream in.
Nothing's changed. His release time is basically the same as it always was. Now, he may not be able to throw it as far as he threw it to Randy Moss, but look at that motion. It's the exact same motion. He opens up his hips. He's taking care of his arm. He doesn't do bench press and all the traditional weightlifting that other football players do. It's all about flexibility. It's all about stretching and those arm bands and all that stuff. And if you want to read about it, he's written a couple books.
It's all the TB12 stuff. And he just says kind of almost with a smile, it's like, yeah, I got to figure it out before a lot of other people did. Some of them still don't.
Yeah.
The way they train. Dak Prescott told us this week, but he started to train more about those kinds of things, the elongation as opposed to the power of weightlifting.
Yeah, as a thrower.
Dak out with the injury. Martin kicks it. Monte Turpin trying to make a couple of men miss. He'll be brought down by KJ Britt, special teams coverage with the Buccaneers. Melissa.
Mike, we saw Dak Prescott come out of the game a few minutes ago. He headed into the locker room. He's currently getting x-rays on his right hand. But
Man.
To return, we'll update you soon.
And all of us hope that we see Dak come back. There's a couple of plays on the drive. That was the first one. Getting Shaq Barrett and then being looked at by the medical staff at the base of that thumb area. And right off for an x-ray. We mentioned Cooper Rush was activated for the practice squad tonight to play quarterback. Will Greer, the fourth-year man out of West Virginia, is also on the practice squad. As Rush flings it out. Ezekiel Elliott can't bring it in.
Wow.
It was Greer and Cooper Rush.
Wow.
And Nucci, who's been here for a couple of years, is the guys who were seeing most of the preseason action for the Cowboys. And who knows what the x-ray result in the next few weeks is going to mean for the
Wow.
Jones family and the Cowboys.
Happened right there. And on the other sideline, Todd Bowles has to be thrilled. This looks like his football team. Dominant defense, running the ball, efficient passing.
Rush to follow Coach. Those two guys know each other with their reps that they've gotten in the preseason games and camp as well. And all of a sudden in this division, Dallas won the division. This is the division where it's so hard to repeat. Well, the Giants go to Tennessee and pull out a win today, and Washington beats Jacksonville, and those are the next two opponents for the Cowboys after the Bengals next week. Sideline for CeeDee Lamb. And overthrow. 2:13 to go. The Giant game is going to be a Monday nighter at MetLife in week 3.
Brian Dable.
Yep. Terrific start for the Giants. They come from behind win. Football was 400 yards of offense, 394. Commanders with their win, and the Rams try to get themselves set up. And then we'll see Dallas in Philadelphia. And the Eagles and the Lions playing one of the more entertaining games of the day. That Eagles offense with their offensive line.
Eagles are tough.
And the running game, absolutely. 35 winners in the Motor City. Fourth down. Throw in the middle was caught for the first down at the 43-yard line by Noah Brown. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warnings. And Rush has hit 5 of his 10 passes since coming in. Cowboys out of timeouts. So Tampa, after this win, they've got a team Christmas on Sunday night in Tampa that has given them problems over the last couple of years. The New Orleans Saints. Then they'll have Green Bay, and then we will see Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady week 4
Let's get it.
in Tampa. You think Mahomes is okay today?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's unusual about today, though? Rams.
Let's go Chiefs.
Lost, right? Green Bay and Dallas. Those were 3 of the prohibitive favorites to win their respective divisions, right? And the one that's come out and looked the best, Tampa Bay. Now, this may be the best team in the NFC right now. We'll see. But some of those other favorites have sort of fallen by here early.
San Francisco lost in Chicago in the slop and the driving rainstorm at Soldier Field. But you said it when we opened the game on Thursday night and started this week with the kickoff game, Buffalo and the Rams. The path in the NFC might be easier because you don't have as many good teams as the AFC. And already we've seen the teams we thought might be good. It's only week 1. Maybe they're not. Maybe there are more questions. Maybe there are a few surprises on this side.
Minnesota played great today. Philadelphia played great today.
But you know what this week is coming up, right? It's the best overreaction week of the year.
Oh,
right?
I love it.
Everything is, oh my gosh, we said this all off season and now it's all thrown away. Well, it's only week 1. We got
But
17.
there are teams that you look at them like Tampa, right? If the worst thing they did tonight was really throw the ball, if you want to say play defense, run the ball, throw the ball, the worst thing they did was throw the ball. And they've got Tom Brady, right? So you know that's going to be fine.
And they've got those receivers, too. If they can stay healthy, those veteran receivers, you think.
They have some bubble right now.
Rush just gets rid of it. Receiver over in that direction. Was he out of the tackle box? Did he get to the line of scrimmage? All the questions the officials are asking as they discuss it on their communication devices. And the flag's thrown.
He said, NFL start.
So we're inside of 2 minutes, no timeouts. Runoff coming. Although the quarterback made it outside the pocket, he did not get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. That's intentional grounding on the offense, number 10. It's going to be a slot foul. Lost it down. Second down.
I tell you what, the way the Tampa secondary is playing out here tonight, though, maybe that's the better choice. Just throw it in the ground. Get outside the tackle box and you think you're okay, but it still has to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that offensive lineman not eligible.
I think Mike McCarthy's heard enough here tonight. Time to move along. There's the 10-second runoff that Ron Torber announced during the replay. And the clock starts. Rush stepping up, and Vita Vea, whose name we have not called much tonight, but is a player who's become a leader on that defensive front with Ndamukong Suh no longer there in Tampa.
Believe me, they have given a lot of help to Mr. Vita Vea all night long tonight. 350 pounds. He can rush the passer. He's a three-down player, which almost no nose tackles in the league on.
Turn the corner of the field. I pick up some of Dalton Schultz, and you can tell the Cowboys figured this out. Schultz made sure that the ball got to an official.
Yeah, they'll remember that one for a while.
Remember the end of the playoff game. Everybody learned that the official has to touch the ball before every snap. Ran the clock an extra second. Couldn't get it down. The game ended. Fourth down underneath. Pollard will not get there, and that will write the book for the Dallas offense here tonight. 12 first downs, 243 yards. And Todd Bowles going to get win one as the Buccaneers head coach in the back end. Played a big part in it.
They sure did. This is a terrific secondary, and they really manhandled the receivers of the Dallas Cowboys all night long. They had no fear whatsoever of getting beaten down the field. It didn't matter who it was. Carlton Davis, it was Antoine Winfield, it was Mike Edwards, Jamel Dean. They played great football tonight.
Brady one snap away from win 244 and remaining undefeated against the Cowboys. He told us last night something that reminded me of what Kobe Bryant wrote in his Oscar-winning documentary, Pure Basketball. It's his love letter to the game. He just talked about his love of the game because it draws on every aspect of you as a person, your work ethic, your teammates. Tom craved that still. He wasn't done. Has come back for year 23. Share the field with guys like Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. See that guys come over and say I'm a big fan because most of the guys on the other side are going to talk about this game for a long time. The chance to play against Tom Brady.
They just want to meet him.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is. This guy crushed, but you can't wait to meet him.
Buccaneers get the first one. Only one touchdown. But they take it 19-3 over Dallas. Sunday Night Football postgame is coming up, but first, these messages from your local NBC station.